What's up, KLIQPOD Nation, man? Thank you as always for joining me for another review. Sorry about this review taking until Tuesday, man. I had some minor issues going on with the software. When you're computer illiterate, I don't know, man. It's just kind of hard to figure these things out sometimes, you know? So didn't end up figuring out till last night about midnight. So the 44-minute video I did for Extreme Rules, that's a goner. I got to redo this Extreme Rules right here, and then right after we'll get Raw. Man, and then I got to update these pipe bomb videos that me and Dean did this weekend, as well as I got to do the SmackDown video, man. So definitely got a busy night ahead. Thinking about doing some Fortnite gameplay for the pipe bomb videos since they're so quick. Why not? Oh, man, and I still got to record game footage for the Raw review. So, damn, we definitely got a busy day ahead. But with that being said, man, I am super excited about this busy day ahead because that just means I get to talk to you guys more. But enough with that being said, let's go ahead and kick off the intro so we can get into the Extreme Rules review. What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gents? Before we even get started, huge shout out to my boy Graphics Flam. If you're not following him, what are you doing? Should be following him on YouTube, subscribe to his channel, checking out his videos. My man talking about he might leave the business and disappear. We don't want that, so let's go ahead and get him some support, guys. With that being said, we ain't got time for fun and games. I love you, KLIQPOD Nation, but we gotta get to the grimy. So Extreme Rules kicks off with Cien Almas versus Sin Cara. Who do you think won? Cien, man. I didn't actually get to see the match originally when it was set. Me and Dean were actually in the studio recording. We thought there was a little later start time for Extreme Rules. Unfortunately, there wasn't. So I did actually catch up to this at a later time, but I wasn't able to catch up to this initially. But Cien Almas walks away. Hopefully this feud is done. Cien can move on to bigger, better things. Sin Cara can just disappear. Then we get one of my favorite matches of the night. I don't think it was the match itself was that great, but I did enjoy the little story they told. I enjoyed the outcome. And this was the first match we got to see of the evening with the stipulation. So I definitely thought they ended the kickoff show right with Sanity versus the New Day. And Sanity walks away victorious. If you didn't catch the live prediction show, me and Dean both picked Sanity. We thought they really needed this. They were 0-4 on the big card up until this moment. Now they're officially 1-4 with a huge tables win, putting Kofi Kingston through the table. Really enjoyed this. Glad the WWE creative made the great decision with this, and we got the correct winner. The only team that wouldn't have benefited from this would have been the New Day. Let's be honest. They're made. They are made men, man. Like for the Mafia, they are made men. I mean, they're good to go regardless. So they didn't need this win at all. Definitely a nice one to see Sanity come out with the victory here. Like I said, I didn't think it was the greatest match, but it was definitely entertaining. If you want to go back and give it a watch, I wouldn't blame you. This isn't going to be my recommended match for the night because I think there are actually couple better matches on this card, but this is definitely a fun match in a way to end the kickoff show. Then we move to the big card, and this is where some of my issues start to come up. Very first match we get on the big card is Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team. For me, this just isn't a way you start off a card. The reason I would say that is because this card is literally entitled Extreme Rules, but yeah, you start off with a regular stipulated match. Didn't find it entertaining. Didn't find the match itself that much entertaining. I thought the best performer in the entire match itself was actually Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas actually came to play. I thought the other three were actually pretty lackadaisical. Did think it was really cool when we had a moment to see Bray Bray versus Bo. Thought that was absolutely cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go do some research into that. Let's just say it's a story you definitely want to find out. But like I said, man, the match itself, it just, I didn't think it was a good way to start the show, let alone I didn't think it was the match you needed to start the show and really set the tone for the card for the evening. And I'm a little salty. I needed the win. I needed the win, man, from the B team from Matt and Bray. Unfortunately, they fail me. The B team is your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Not only that, they remain undefeated. If you didn't watch the live pre-show, I actually picked them. I think it sets up perfectly for the rematch at SummerSlam. I know the rematch is supposed to take place next. Let's just keep it to Extreme Rules right now. We'll talk about that more on the Monday Night Raw review. So, I mean, shout out to the B team. I'm definitely a B team supporter. I guess I'm salty because, first off, Matt cost me some points. I mean, yes, he does get the championship appearance or the championship match and appearance points, but unfortunately, he gets me some negative points for that loss. So that was definitely a tough way for me to start the show. Plus, once again, I just didn't really think the match was entertaining itself. It was very stale throughout. Like I said, man, Bo Dallas had the only high points. And I guess another thing I really have with the B team is you need a finisher. Like, you need a real finisher, man. I'm tired of watching these combined movements, seeing Bo Dallas do his own singles move to get the win. Like, nah, let's get a combined finisher. Let's see some stuff here. Now, we get to probably the match I enjoyed one of the least. It wasn't my least enjoyed match, but it was definitely one that I enjoyed the least. We get the Constable versus Finn Balor. In the pre-show, I thought the Constable needed this the most, if anyone. I understand you want to continue the storyline between him and Finn. And I get it, because you don't really have time to build anything up to SummerSlam. So I can't fault you there. But I thought Baron Corbin would have done more for Baron than Finn. Finn is a made man. Finn's our first Universal Champion, which we never fail to get reminded of. But not only that, Finn is just the main man. He's a fan favorite. It's the Constable you're trying to get over here. So I thought the win would have been huge for the Constable, added more heat to Finn Balor. Plus the match itself was just very well underperformed. Can't believe I'm really saying that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of missed points in this match. There's a lot of stuff that just didn't need to be in this match. Honestly, I thought this match could have been a lot quicker. I understand you don't want to go too quick because this is only your second match of the night. But I felt like this one got extended time, which we could have used in some later matches. This match itself, it just fell flat. I don't know, nothing exciting to write home about. This is not something I would want to we're going to see it again. So it's not something I want to see, but it's something I know we're going to see at SummerSlam. But with that being said, Finn Balor walks away victorious. Constable gets the big L. All we could do is wait till Monday to see how the Constable reacts to this. Then we get the garbage match of the night. That's what we're going to do. That's going to be a KLIQPOD new thing on all these reviews, man. We're going to do a garbage match of the night off every show. And this 100% is my pick for garbage match of the night. And this is Team Hell No versus the Bludgeon Brothers. And God, was this fucking bad, man. First off, you got, you have the backstage attack on Kane to set up their match later. Bludgeon Brothers attack Kane and Daniel Bryan, put Kane's foot in between a door, smash it. We don't know the results. It looks pretty bad. But as they say, the show must go on, man. This is Team Hell No's one shot, so they better take this opportunity before it fades away. Then we get what I knew was going to happen. I predicted it on the pre-show. Mean Dean thing you got to know about me and Mean Dean is just more of a cup half full kind of guy when it comes to the WWE. I'm more of the cup half empty kind of guy when it comes to the WWE. And sometimes he's my bestie. I'm not talking about him at all, but sometimes I think it blinds him to not see what's really going on. And I knew he was pulling for Asuka. For me, I fucking knew Asuka wasn't going to get this. This is a setup so we can watch them once again at SummerSlam with some another corny stipulation where James Ellsworth may be banned from ringside. Who fucking cares? What the WWE has literally done. Okay, my bias for Asuka apart. Take whoever you have a bias for out of this. Asuka's done. I told you coming out of WWE when she lost to Charlotte, it was done. Okay, WWE for a minute looked like they were going to prove me wrong. Matched up against Mella. We thought Mella was going to be one of the shortest women champions ever. Instead, Mella beat fucking Asuka. She's beat Asuka twice now. So she is literally 2-0 against Asuka. So, what I want to ask you, the KLIQPOD Nation, is, friends and family, if you wouldn't mind, take a second. Go ahead, comment below. Reach out to me in a DM. Maybe I'll read your DM on live on one of the podcasts. But how does Asuka come back from this? In her last 3 big fights, Asuka's 0-3. I don't care how it goes down. Yes, there is a possible thing as taking a loss and not coming out of it looking bad at all. Sometimes you can even look stronger, a lot stronger. Okay, but this isn't one of those situations. If somebody wants to sit here and say Mella's money, that's fine. But even during the live show, we had a fan who said Mella's money. But he understood my point of Carmella keeps beating Asuka with 1 kick to the face, which that initially makes Asuka look weak. Not only that, the way this is being booked just makes Asuka look like a complete and utter idiot. For her to lose focus on her #1 goal, which is getting the championship, to focus on James fucking Ellsworth in the match, to the point where it costs her. Literally, she gets so distracted with wanting to beat his ass, it costs her. Mella pushes her into the Shark Tank, which is at this point about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Knocks Asuka out. Carmella gets a fucking 1, 2, 3. I mean, how is that making Asuka look strong? What you have literally done is ruined everything Asuka has ever built. The legacy that once could have lived is no longer. And I know people like, you can always rewrite your own legacies. Hell, look at AJ Styles. We knew AJ was great in the TNA. TNA didn't completely fuck him. They did try to get behind him. It's just AJ realized, man, he was so much better than the company itself with what it was then. Now it's a much better product over there. But I'm glad AJ made this choice. But what you're going to do is ruin Asuka. And when we see Asuka leave the WWE, we have nobody else to blame but the WWE itself. So Mella retains. Asuka is completely buried at this point. I am one of the biggest Asuka supporters. I promise you, when they finally get her the strap, it means nothing to me. There's nothing to it. You've killed everything for Asuka for me. This isn't one of them damn Daniel Bryan sob stories. This is a woman who was dominant and now looks like, I don't even want to say shell of herself, because that would be giving her too much credit still. It's just a tragedy. It's an absolute tragedy and a shame, man. I just don't understand the concept behind it. But hey, once again, we're living in the golden fucking age, man. And if you guys are new to the channel, you guys don't know what I mean by golden age. This is the age of the blonde, man. Blondes are the only ones who hold the belt and retain for any longer than a month. And it's a travesty, man. You have all this talent that you are just completely wasting. Week in, week out. Bad storylines, shitty writing. Hell, you'll find out later how they fucked up Bayley and Sasha now. But Asuka's done. You can't build it back. There's nothing coming back for Asuka. It's just a shame. It's a shame to see so much talent written off for someone with less talent, less mic skills. Asuka can't even clearly speak English. Her point gets across better than Mella's. So you waste talent. Beautiful talent at that. For garbage. Something that's fake and nasty looks... Yo, man, I'm sorry. Mella does nothing for me. Like, y'all like, Mella's bad. She's sexy too, man. No, she's not. That leotard shit is stupid as fuck, man. Look like we doing aerobics. We doing fucking sweating to the oldies with fucking Richard Simmons. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're too young for that, go look it up. You're going to die laughing. And you're going to be like, that's exactly Mella right there to a fucking T. And them spandex being 3 times darker than her skin color, that shit is ridiculous, man. Ain't got no in-ring ability. Hit and miss on promos. But yet she carrying around your belt. Everybody's okay with it, content with it. Because they're so used to seeing blondes hold these fucking belts, man. Garbage. Garbage. This ain't even got nothing to do with minorities. If you're just not a blonde. Why do you think Mickie James can't sniff the title? Why do you think she's stuck with Alexa? You don't think Alexa and Mickie James will put on one hell of a match? Then we get another waste of time. I'm torn on this. So, Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy. I originally tweeted Josh when Jeff Hardy's literally walking out. I'm like, he's on something. He just did something that looked really weird and he had this lost look in his face. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to throw accusations, anything like that. That was just what I felt seeing him come out. It literally reminded me of the Sting in his match versus Sting in TNA. So we move on from there. Then we get to the ring. While the ref's taking the belt, walking it over to the timekeeper, Shinsuke attacks Jeff from the back with a low blow. Ref doesn't see it, turns around like, what's going on? Can you compete? Jeff tries to stand up. He's like, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Kinshasa to the face. 1, 2, 3. New champion. Shinsuke, way to win your first belt. Don't want to take nothing away from you. Fantastic. I don't know. Maybe I was right. Maybe we'll find out more to this story later. But Randy Orton returns. The captain to Team RKO to your dome. The fantasy team. The man I've been waiting on returns. Looks like he's going to initially attack Shinsuke. But we see the return of heel Randy Orton. As I've been clamoring for, JD's been clamoring for, the WWE Universe has been clamoring for heel Randy Orton. So it was nice to see a return of heel Randy Orton. Thank you, Jesus. Good days have approached. He stomps Jeff Hardy right in the dick. So not only did Jeff's dick get taken out by Shinsuke, but Randy Orton as well. And Shinsuke enjoyed it. You could tell. I loved it. Liked how it was done. It's done really well. I just think it was a waste of time because there was no match. We talked about this with such high regards on the pre-show, and we end up seeing no match at all. And that's what's so hilarious about this, man. Now we get to the oh shit moment of the night. KO versus Braun Strowman steel cage match. First off, holy shit. I like the match. Good story told. Great story told by KO, man. He is just trying with every opportunity he has to just escape the ring. And what's hilarious is earlier in the day, I was actually watching the '09 Extreme Rules, and that's what Randy does versus Batista. So it totally threw me back to that match, which I don't love that match because I hate the ending. I think the ending came too quick. But I like how this was done. Braun, shows his dominant faction. KO attempts to capitalize on the few and far in between moments he has. But KO, he's not your regular wrestler, as we all know. He's a thinker. So KO already has a plan, and his plan is genius. Handcuff Braun to the top rope, which at this point, when I initially seen it, I was only thinking one thing. Braun's going to break these. I think the whole world was thinking this. Braun's going to break these. So, that was pretty cool to me, but that wasn't it. After KO handcuffs Braun, he goes over to the opposite corner. Braun chokeslams him one-handed, and then he goes to the opposite corner. And first he hits him with the DX suck it. He's like, hey, Braun. And he's like, suck it. And then he starts to climb to the top. And when he gets about halfway there, looks back at Braun, blows him a kiss, which had me fucking dying, man. I can't lie. At this point, I'm dying. I know he's going to lose the match, but I'm dying because he's just killing time. That's when Braun shows the monster he is, breaks through the handcuffs, hauls ass, shows his speed and agility, getting over to the opposite side and then getting up. And then he pauses when we're at the top. Proceeds to choke slam Kevin Owens from the top of the steel cage through the fucking announce table. Holy shit, what a moment. That is fucking nuts, So, wow, man. What a performer KO does, man. How this guy shows he will do any and everything for the business. How he paid homage to Mankind and the Attitude Era wrestlers 20 years after the Mankind incident. Absolutely loved it, man. Huge shout out to KO for taking this spot, man. I shouted out on Twitter. Holy shit spot, dude. Like, absolute. Thinking about it now, fuck, man. It's like, I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not that fucking psycho. And I don't like it that KO seems to be taking the brunt of everything fucking lately. But what a performer this guy is. Anybody who wants to say this man is bad for business, get the hell out of here, man. I'm sorry. I don't ever want nobody to not watch my channel, but you're one that should probably go. Because this man is putting his entire body on the line for the business. And yes, I know he had a vest underneath. Who cares? He took it. All he had to do was land on his neck wrong and that shit's broke. Let's be honest. Are you going to take it? KLIQPOD Nation, everyone, I want to know, would you have taken that spot? Just your regular contract on the line. No super money for this spot. Just your regular contract. Maybe a guaranteed, like, we'll take care of you if anything happens. You taking that? You love the business that much? I love the business, but I ain't taking that spot. Kiss my ass. I ain't taking no spots, but definitely not that one. So, after we get a holy shit moment on such a high note, we get the shittiest match of the night. You fucking heard me. Shittiest match of the night. Team Hell No versus the Bludgeoning Brothers. Get the hell out of here, man. What a waste. Said on the pre-show, the reviews. I understood the nostalgia. I understood Paige capitalizing on this moment. But the nostalgia factor wasn't for me. I could give a fuck less. I've already seen a run of Team Hell No. And then we get a wasted attempt with Team Hell No supposed to be in this match. Starts off Daniel Bryan versus the Bludgeoning Brothers. Of course, Bludgeoning Brothers beating their ass. He has some comeback moments, but, just never seems enough. But we know Kane's going to come down at some point. We find out at this point Kane has a broken ankle. Comes down to the ring wearing a air cast on his leg. And the Bludgeoning Brothers win. I fucking told you, man. I told you. This was a waste. Okay, and don't tell me. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, man. With YouTube, unless you know, like, unless you allow us to know that you are subscribed, we can't tell you subscribe. So trust me, there's some people I know that are subscribed that have some dealings with some shit. 'Cause the way some shit works out on the show, things like that, man, it's hilarious because it's almost to the T of what I said. Not all the time. I'm not even saying the majority of the time. It's just some of those times, and they're out their takes. But somebody heard me. Somebody heard the universe. We didn't want to see this. We didn't see this. Bludgeoning Brothers retained. Thank God. They'd have lost these belts to Team Hell No. I would have cried. But with that being said, man, I think it's this broken ankle where Kane's going to come back at SummerSlam and they're going to win the fucking belts at SummerSlam. So thank you for prolonging another month of sitting through Team Hell No, because that's what we will see. We will see Daniel Bryan teamed up with other wrestlers, and then that final week, Kane's going to come back, reunite. It's going to be the rematch. Team Hell No versus the Bludgeoning Brothers at Survivor Series. Get the fuck out of here and tell me it isn't. Tell me it's not just a ploy to make money. Just fucking complete and utter garbage, man. Yes, it's one of the biggest shows of the year. One of the biggest shows of the year, man. I get it. But let's have some real... Stop treating your tag team divisions like they're a fucking joke, man, before nobody respects them whatsoever. That's what gets to me, man. Is I love singles wrestling, but I've always been a follower of tag team wrestling. I really enjoy the tag team game. As I know most people that I know and most people out there do enjoy the tag team game. But when you run two shit divisions on two separate shows, man, you're not capitalizing. All you're doing is burying them before... Dude, they're going to be gone. They're going to be non-existent. Tag team will be a thing of the past. It'll be like one of those rare matches that you see. And it'll be like random people put together all the fucking time. There'll be probably no tag team division. Why have it, man? When you're just treating it like shit anyways? So, Kurt Angle makes an announcement to Brock Lesnar. Finally gets some resolution. If he doesn't show up on Monday Night Raw, or Kurt Angle does not hear from his team to set up his next match, championship opponent, he will be stripped of the title. Sets us up for Monday night. No problems with that. No problems whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not of this factor where I'm like, yo, Brock is a part-time champion, so he shouldn't be your champ anyways. First off, I think Brock gives the most legitimacy to your belt because he is literally a UFC fucking fighter. I think it's... So I told Mean Dean on Sunday that I think it's ideal. I even think I said in the live paper prediction review, what better idea than to have Brock wearing the strap going into that heavyweight match versus Daniel Cormier at UFC, whatever they decide to schedule it for. So I'm not of that proponent. I don't feel Brock should be stripped. I'm fine with Brock being my champion. I think, honestly, if the belt was on the show, not many people on the show are actually going to bring prestige to it. I think WWE Creative will fuck up, give it to the wrong person. You guys know who I think that person will be, which is what we'll talk about in the Monday Night Raw review, not here. But we get one of the better matches of the night. Probably my third or fourth favorite match of the night, shockingly enough. Yes, it was Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Now, first thing I want to say, while I'm online following everybody through this match, I actually thought it was boring off the fucking bat, because it was boring, very slow pace. Did it pick up a little bit? Yes, but I thought it was done well. Even with the boring parts, I thought it was done well. I thought it highlighted their attributes, what they're best at, hid their weaknesses. I was wondering who would lead. Looks like they both took opportunities to lead in this one. They did a good job. I thought they would have been lost. They weren't. With that being said, I'm on Twitter following everyone. Trying to keep this positive here. And I'm reading people put shit like, once again, Bobby Lashley, another great match, and people just... Everybody has every right to boo Vince, boo Roman Reigns. Let's be honest, man. For me, not most of his shit is fucking money. A lot of it's trash. A lot of it's really trash matches, trash matchups that I don't want to see. I have no interest in seeing them whatsoever. But last night was actually entertaining. Bobby and Roman put on a good match. I'm not going to say it was great. I'm not going to overbuild it. I've never once said there isn't great matches Roman hasn't been in. I'm just totally against the agenda, and I don't fancy Roman as a wrestler at all. I like my champions to actually have some prestige about them, not be hand-given everything, work hard for that fucking shit like AJ Styles. Not only was it a good match, but we get a great ending. Roman hits Bobby with Superman Punch. Roman hits Bobby with Superman Punch. Bobby turns around as Roman, wolfs up and he's going to go for his spear. He reverses it, hit the spear on Roman before Roman get hit it on him. We get the clean finish. 1, 2, 3. Lashley walks away your winner. Holy shit, man. The match was good and the outcome was correct. Wow. There's not many times I think they do all right with Roman, but this is definitely a situation. It's not because he caught the L. I thought the match itself was good. I'm not going to recommend this. This isn't my recommended match of the night. I think it was the 3rd or 4th best match on the card. And I don't think there's huge expectations to live up to get to that rating, but I want to give credit where credit's due. I will eat crow. I apologize to Lashley and Roman Reigns. I said this is their opportunity on the pre-show. I said I thought the match was going to be boring and fall flat. At first, it initially started that way, but that's not the part we focus on. The match was actually good. So my hat's off to you guys. I know, which is crazy when I look at myself on here not wearing the hat because I'm so used to it typically. But that's not what we're here to talk about, my hat selections. What we're here to talk about is the Extreme Rules match. Nia with Natalya, Alexa with Mickey, Ronda at ringside. To any of you fucks who tell me this was a good match, you're garbage. You're garbage. This wasn't a good match. There's nothing extreme about it. Some weapons were used. That's it. Ronda Rousey got involved as we figured. That's it. She attacked Mickie James. Tried to attack Alexa. Didn't work. Got beat down with the kendo stick. Nia got beat down with the kendo stick for the win. Or for the loss. Alexa picks up a win. This one I don't care about. I figured Alexa would retain. This isn't one I'm going to say, oh, it's the golden era. I don't think Nia should be champ anyways. But way to kill the rest of your fucking talent. Way to kill your talent. One of two things are happening at SummerSlam. Ronda is your new champion. Or we get a disqualification victory. Which I swear to God, if it ends in DQ at fucking SummerSlam, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I hate when on the 4 biggest cards there's DQ matches. I fucking hate that shit, man. Title needs to change hands or retain cleanly. At least the big cards for me. The ones in between, that's a little different. That's where I think you should have more DQ finishes, things like that, to play out the storyline. But at the big ones, nah, it needs to wrap them up. I'll get more into this as I cover the Raw review. Let's just say it's not going to be all fun and games. And it's to take nothing away from Ronda. It's just, damn you, what have you done to earn this? Just because you've looked good in some matches doesn't mean you've deserved this at all. Alexa wins. Like I said, man, this is another shake your head fucking moment. Hopefully this shit between Alexa and Nia is done for good, though. At least for the next year and a half. Honestly, I hope Nia's away, injured for a little bit. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I do feel we'll see her back next week. But I don't think she's going to continue on the storyline with Alexa. So hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully we're good there. Now, you get what I and majority of people I have seen and talked to about this have as match of the night, which is Rusev versus AJ Styles. Great booking here, fellas. Holy shit. This was one for the ages, man. I had high expectations going into this. They lived up to it and surpassed it. Thought this match was well told, man. Such a great job. They told 2 excellent stories in here. 2 excellent stories. The first story you get in here is Rusev's fucking calf. Rusev's left calf is the first story. Earlier in the match, he gets it torn up. Then he gets the calf crusher applied. You could see this causing him issues throughout the whole entire match, to the point where he attempts to go for an accolade on AJ Styles, but he can't complete it because his left calf's so weak he just kind of falls. So he's trying to do a half freaking accolade. It's not giving him the force and the power needed to finish AJ. Second story told in this. Aiden English, while the ref has his back turned, Rusev has a headlock applied on AJ Styles in the center of the ring. Aiden removes the top turnbuckle from one of the corners. The padding from the top turnbuckle in one of the corners. As he does this, you know it's going to come into play sometime, but initially it doesn't take factor. It's a little later in the match. Rusev actually attempts to go for AJ. AJ dodges out of the way. Rusev hits his head on it. This leads up to AJ Styles doing a running baseball slide kick at Aiden English, giving him enough time to hit the phenomenal forearm for the pin, or the pin 1, 2, 3 on Rusev. Once again, my hats go off to these guys. I don't want to do them any injustice or disservices here. Go back and watch this. This match was absolutely epic, guys. I would probably give it 3.5 to 4 stars. Really enjoyed this. Hopefully this just gets continued in. Hopefully we actually hear about this more tonight and this gets continued into SummerSlam. I would love to see it again at SummerSlam. This time with some kind of stipulation on there, like a 60-man Iron match. I would really like that between these two. Or a strap match. Let's bring back the strap match, just no choking. I think that'd be absolutely incredible, guys. But damn, hats off to these guys. When you see two upper echelon wrestlers in a match together, they remind you fully why we're wrestling fans and we turn in every week throughout the shitty storylines and everything else. Because what these guys did in the ring was magical. So please, right after you're done with this video, take some time, go watch Rusev vs. AJ 2018. Extreme Rules. Phenomenal match, man. Way to go, guys. Really hope to see this again at SummerSlam. So let's give them that clap, fellas. Now, I don't know how to... I don't want to sell this short. We get the most underwhelming, but still second best match on the card, which is... crazy that it mains evented. Is the IC Iron Man match between Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. Overall, thought the match itself was really good, but I thought the booking was shit. Got some friends. Shout out to Mean Dean, Steven Lambright. I don't know if I'm saying that right, buddy. And they had a problem with the crowd. For me, I didn't. With the shitty booking of the match and the fact that I didn't feel like these two put it all on the line, I didn't have a problem with the fans at all. If you say this was a really great match, for me personally, I'm not going to attack you. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I just don't see how you're looking at it as a great match when the booking fucked it all up. We had 7 pinfalls within, I don't know, maybe a 3-4 minute span. This was booked so bad. You could have, to keep the same scoring as it was. So Seth initially goes up to 3-0. Dolph ties it up, goes up 4-3. Seth ties it up at 4-4. Dolph wins 5-4 in overtime. Sudden death, whatever you want to call it. To correctly book this, what you should have done is, and I mean, Seth leads 3-0 with maybe like 7 minutes left in the match or something. You should have spanned this out. Seth shouldn't have got his third pin or his third. So what happens for Seth to get his third quote unquote pinfall victory, whatever you want to call it, is Drew McIntyre involves himself, completely beats the shit out of Seth. He only takes 1 hit for a DQ, 1 DQ for it. But, I mean, the damage is done. Seth's beating the shit out. Loved how that was done. But this happened about 7 minute point. You could have literally had Seth run out and not get his fucking third pinfall until about 5 minutes left. You could have still ran the 2-minute Dolph Ziggler 3 pins in 2 minutes with how beat up Seth was. I mean, that part was believable for me, not a problem. So going into about 3 minutes left, we're tied 3-3. And sometime I'll post the original video, and you can see it's damn near the same as what I said in there. There's no difference. So it's not like this is just hindsight 2020. That was initially what I felt. So going with 3-3, sorry guys, we're tied 3-3 going with 3 minutes left. 3-3-3. Fucking crazy. About the 2:45, 2:30 point, you get Dolph get the last. Get his fourth pinfall. The thing I hate about these Iron Man matches is it's always guaranteed that somebody's going to go for a pinfall within that last little bit of time, and most likely it's going to be with 1 second left. This brings me to another gripe that I forgot that I said on the other fucking review. Jonathan Coachman, shut the shit up. I am done with you, man. You literally said Seth only needed 1 second when Seth attempted to make the cover with 1 second. So how would 1 more second have helped? He needed at least 2, maybe 3 to get the fucking pinfall. So you're an idiot, man. Why you're on commentary with the shit you say, I don't know. It's like you were on before, you got this gig at ESPN. For some reason, they decided to re-sign you when I think you were the weakest part to the broadcast team. Your shit is something I never found myself wanting to watch on ESPN. And if you know me, I am a huge sports fan till the day I die. That's all sports. I don't play other than like swimming, certain shit. I will watch him. It's just I'm really not interested. I'm not invested in those. But I digress. So back to this. Instead, you could have had Seth get his final pinfall with about 15 seconds left. And then if you still wanted to do that stupid attempt at the end, you could have attempted that. Or what you could have did is had Seth get the pinfall with 2 seconds left. So that way he just tied it up. And so he knows he didn't finish, but he looks perturbed. Then we could still have Kurt Angle come out, say, no, we're going to do sudden death. And sudden death could have went like it did. Because I actually liked the finish. I thought it was perfect. Drew plays a second distraction. He comes out since technically it's sudden death and it's a new match. Drew hauls ass out. Seth reacts to Drew when if he'd have just let him in the ring and let Drew hit him, he'd have got the freaking pinfall and he'd walked away IC champion. Instead, he hits Drew to keep Drew out, gets a zigzag for his efforts. Dolph retains, walks away. Still, you're IC champion. So right there, I showed you the booking could have been done better. It's like they tried to make everything overly dramatic, but it all happened so quickly. With mine, you get the drama still. It might even be more drama organically because of how it's spaced out. So the booking itself kind of ruined the match for me. Not only that, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 100%, I feel these guys only gave it about 90%, maybe 92 at highest. I think there was a lot of spots that we missed on this as far as the crowd counting down from 10 seconds left on every minute. That wasn't nothing to me. You could have turned the fucking commentary off. At this point in the show, what are you trying to watch the commentary of this match for anyways? That's what I don't get. Is that people always like, it's the fans that's taking me out of this. Like, just hit it on fucking mute. For me, it's the commentary team other than Corey Graves that ever takes it away from me. But hey, what do I know? That's just my opinion. And as we can clearly see, Mean Dean feels the exact opposite way, which I have no problem with. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. It's just I feel the exact opposite way. I could have freaking muted it, cared less. For me, I still left the volume up. They didn't take me out of it. It was the booking itself. By the time we got to our 6th pinfall, within a couple minutes, I was done. Like I was like, there's no drama that's gonna really be at the end. And there was a little bit, but I knew Seth was going to tie it up when Dolph went up 4-4, so you're still leaving no drama. You see how if you leave that drama to that last pinfall with about somewhere between 5 to 2 seconds left, you see how much more organic drama that would have made for this match? But hey, that's what we do, man. always looking back, I guess the hindsight's always 2020. But I said that fresh off. So if I could say that with my emotional ass fresh off the bat, I don't know why WWE creative can't take a little time and effort to figure that out for themselves. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here because I got to hop into a Raw review for you guys because we got a busy day ahead. But with that being said, as always, guys, kick ass, take names, and peace.